You know, it's interesting that I still see people to this day who are part of BookTube saying, what the heck is a book tag? And the answer is so simple it may amaze you, but I just find it interesting that some people are providing complicated answers. In short, a book tag is a list of questions about books or something that may require a bookish answer that someone has created. You copy them down and answer them in a video. And guess what? We're doing that today because it is Book Tag Monday. Welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. Let's go. Yes, hello, and welcome, or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. I am, of course, Mr. Francy, and I am truly honoured that you have once again chosen to join me today as we revisit another Book Tag Monday. Woo! This is another book tag that has been recommended to me, and it was recommended by Donna Marie Reads on my Unhaul and January Readathon video. So thank you very much, Donna. Before we get into today's book tag, I just want to let you know that if you, like Donna, have a book tag that you'd like to recommend to me, you can leave a comment here on this video, or any of my videos really. As we know, I get back to each and every single one of them anyway. I'll see them. Or my Discord is linked in a pinned comment down below. So click on that link and come and join us over on the Sparkle Cafe. We have so much fun. The party does not end here. It continues on over in the after party of the Sparkle Cafe over on the Discord. Anyway, let's jump right on in. Today's tag is called the January book tag, and the reason it is called the January book tag is because it was created by booktuber Jan Agaton. I hope I'm saying that correctly, and if I'm muddling up the surname, I am very sorry, Jan, but thank you so much for doing this book tag. Let's jump right on in. Oh, before we do, I just want to make a very quick point, because I came across a YouTube video recently with someone talking about the fact that they don't like book tags. They don't see the purpose, they don't see the point, and that book tags should go away. I completely disagree with this, but I just want to explain why. I feel like book tags, when you view a book tag, and you let me know if you think this is the case when you watch mine, but when I watch book tags, I feel like it gives me the opportunity to get to know a booktuber better. You also get the chance to get more of a deeper dive into who the particular booktuber is when they answer these questions. So I just wanted to put that out there. I love book tags, viewing and creating them, and I really hope that they are here to stay. Alright, the January book tag. Prompt number 1 is, what was the last and first, if you remember, book you read last year? So the last book was obviously very easy for me to remember because it only happened a couple of weeks ago, and that was this book that I always struggle to say the author's name of, but here we go. It is Ace of Spades by Farida Ibk Ayamide, I think is how you say it. I absolutely love this book. I gave it 5 stars. Very quick rundown. We follow these 2 teenagers who go to an academy. Their names are Dee and Chi, and while they're there, they are stalked by an unknown antagonist. It is very similar to PLL and Gossip Girl, PLL being Pretty Little Liars, in case you didn't know. And yeah, if you like those shows, I think you'll love this. I gave it 5 stars. The first book that I read in 2025, I had forgotten. So I went back to my Goodreads, and as I'm scrolling through my Goodreads, I got to about March and then went, oh yeah, now I remember, which is hilarious. But anyway, it was Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer, and I absolutely love this as well. I also gave it 5 stars. Prompt number 2 was, what was your first read of this year? This year being 2025, my first read was Sufficiently Advanced Magic by Andrew Rowe. This is marketed by the publisher as a YA fantasy book. It is book 1 in the Arcane Ascension series, which, very quickly, I need to make a mention of this. In my reading vlog, I spoke about how there was Arcane Ascension, which was AA, Aurora Academy in my second book, another AA, and where would be my BB book in February? Well, hold on to your hats, because it's not February, it's January. I'm reading Billionaire Blend right now, and I just had that thought last night going, oh my gosh, I'm already reading my BB. I wonder where my CC is, and of course that makes me think of The Nanny. Are you a fan of The Nanny? Let me know in the comments section below. The wonderful CC Babcock, or the, infamous CC Babcock, I should say. But anyway, this is a fantastic book. As I say, it's a YA fantasy, and it's book 1 in a series known as the Arcane Ascension series. In the series premise, we follow a man by the name of Corin, who wants to get to the top of a particular tower in this world, because if he does, he will be granted a boon by a goddess. In order to do so, he will need to traverse many, many, many different levels, and in each of those levels are many, many, many rooms, each with different obstacles. This being book 1, he goes to a training school to learn everything he needs to learn before he goes into the tower. So it was absolutely fantastic. The world building was really off the charts. Can't wait to get to book number 2. Prompt number 3 is share 3 of your reading goals for this year. If you go into my playlists, in my December playlist, I have a video called my 2025 goals. And among those goals, which was quite a list of goals, by the way, but among them include reading goals. So I'll just give you 3 examples here. 1, talk about what I'm going to read before I read them, as well as talking about them when I finish them in the forms of TBRs and monthly wraps. But I took it a step further. My goal also includes that all of those videos, both TBRs and monthly wraps, will be filmed in front of my bookshelves. This is not so that I can get in front of my bookshelves, as much as I do miss filming in front of them, but it's more for ease of access. Once I finish discussing one book, I can put it up on the shelves, and you guys can continue to see the cover when I move on to the next one. Try to read from at least 4 different genres per month. Yes, I'm a very eclectic reader, and I do want to keep that up, because I fear if I don't, I will exclusively read cozy mysteries, which there is nothing wrong with that. I love my cozies, but I also don't want to limit myself and forget to pick up other genres. Prompt number 4 is to share 3 of your most anticipated new release titles for 2025. We'll put them up on the screen. My first is Rest Ye Murdered Gentlemen by Vicky Delaney. This is book number 1 in the year-round Christmas tree cozy mystery series. I had a lot of FOMO with this series because it was geo-blocked on Audible, and then I found it on another legitimate audio company. So yay, I do get to read the series, and I'm very, very happy to be consuming it. My second anticipated read would have to be this book, The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. I have a huge fascination of authors' fictional ideas and works when it comes to up above and down below. I'm talking heaven and hell, just to be clear. And yeah, I'm going to be reading quite a few books with regards to a fictional idea of downstairs, and this is a book that is recommended by Jessica from Lady Lovestead Reads, so I'm really, really excited to get to this one. Thank you, Jessica, and do check out her channel, Lady Lovestead Reads. She is just absolutely fantastic. My third most anticipated read would have to be the book If Someone Says, put up there, If Someone Says You Complete Me, Run, by Whoopi Goldberg. This is, a book by Whoopi Goldberg. I listened to her memoir, Bits and Pieces, My Mother, My Brother and Me. I had to think of what it was called. It's a long title, and now you know why. I love listening to that book so much. Whoopi just gave me the most incredible experience. She audibly narrated the book, and oh my goodness, I feel like Whoopi cares less about making sure she says every single word correctly, and more about just making sure she's having a good time. And when Whoopi has a good time, I definitely have a good time, so I need to read more of her works that she narrates herself, and she does narrate this one. Prompt number 5 is which goals did you reach or not reach in 2024? So likewise, I also have a check-in on my 2024 goals video in my December 2024 playlist, so feel free to check that out. Just giving you some examples. My first would have to be 2 highlights. 1, completing 15 series. I actually did more, but the goal was complete 15 series from my SAS list, and 2, to make sure that I do 12 TBRs and 12 monthly wraps. I completed both of them. Prompt number 6 is, are there any 2022 releases you've heard of that you have no desire to read? Obviously, we're going to update that for this year, so it's now, are there any 2025 new releases you've heard of that you have no desire to read? There are 3, and they're all for different reasons. The first one is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I just don't have an interest in reading Emily Henry at the moment. It's absolutely nothing at all against Emily Henry, and I know a lot of people who love this author. No hate to her, no hate to anyone who loves her. It's just that I'm not someone to get on the hype train, and a lot of people are talking about Emily Henry at the moment, so it's right now not for me, but doesn't mean it won't happen in the future. My next one is Kill Your Darlings by Peter Swanson. I have read one Peter Swanson book, was incredibly let down by that book. I have since seen a number of different booktubers discussing Peter Swanson books that they've read, and these are booktubers that I trust their opinion on, and they go into great detail about why they were let down, which were the exact same reasons I was let down, and these are with all different books that are by Peter Swanson. He's just become an auto not buy for me. And my third one would have to be My Friends by Frederick Bachman. Yeah, I've tried a few Bachman, or well, I think I've tried 1 or 2, so saying a few is a lie, but I've tried 1 or 2, and I just did not like them. One of them was the one that has the Christmas tree on the front cover. I forgot what it was called. The Deal of a Lifetime. There we go. And the other one was Beartown. I just didn't like either of them. For me, Beartown just took too long to get to the point, in my opinion. And I'm not someone who likes slow burn reads. And The Deal of a Lifetime, I felt was incredibly misrepresented by the cover. The cover makes it look like it's a Christmas book, and it's not at all. I thought the book was okay, but I went in wanting a Christmas read. I read it in December, and it wasn't one, and that very much let me down. So that's not to blame Bachman, because Bachman probably didn't design the cover himself. But yeah, it just let me down that it wasn't a Christmas book. But I also don't like Bachman's writing style. I understand that a lot of people do love Bachman though, and no hate to them at all, and I can understand why. I'm just not a fan of his writing style. Prompt number 7 is, what are some reading habits you want to change this year, if any? And my first one is to just enjoy myself when it comes to reading. Too often over the course of the past nearly 6 years, can you believe it? Give me about a week or 2 and I will have been doing BookTube for 6 years. Incredible. And what I've begun to realize is I put far too much pressure on myself when it comes to reading, for no other reason than it's self-imposed pressure. I don't feel the pressure from any of y'all who watch my videos. I don't feel the pressure from those who are on my Discord. I don't feel the pressure from other booktubers. It's my own pressure that I put on myself. But I want to stop putting that pressure on myself. If I don't get through a full TBR, it's totally fine. Whatever I don't get to, place it in another month of the year and I will get to it at some point. It's totally fine. Yeah, the other thing is I want to start annotating my books. So I have my own private Discord server and I do my annotations over there. I want to make sure that I stress that I want to have fun with my annotations. We'll talk more about that when we check in on my goals for the year at the beginning of February to see how I did in January. But yeah, I want to start having fun with annotating. Prompt number 8 is, are there any adaptations you're excited about? Yeah, there are 2 actually. I actually did some research to find out which books are being adapted this year to see what there was, because I honestly don't know. And the first one is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I unhauled this book without reading it because I just knew I wouldn't have time to get to it. I already have an overly stuffed 2025 TBR. I can't fit anything else on there. So I knew I would go another year without reading the books that I'd purchased, so I figured I might as well just unhaul it. But the fact that it's coming out as an adaptation will just make it a lot easier for me. I know that not all adaptations are, perfect, and not everyone that has read the canonical work is satisfied with it. But for me, it'll just be a quick, simple way to get the bare bones, and hopefully, at the very least, the bare bones are in the adaptation. The second one for me is Fourth Wing. I am doing a buddy read with my dear friend Pat. I'm very excited about this, Pat. Woo! Thanks to our dear friend Amy talking on on the Discord a lot about this, oh gosh, what's it called? Empyrean series. I love that word, by the way, Empyrean. Empyrean series. And so yeah, Pat and I are going to bloody read book 1, Fourth Wing in March. If you'd like to join us, come along. Link to the Discord in that pinned comment below. And yeah, I feel Amy has yet to lead me astray. Yeah, so I trust Amy's recommendations, and I'm really excited to get into Fourth Wing. The fact that it's going to have an adaptation really does excite me. Prompt number 9 is favourite bookish memory of last year, and this is where Zodiac Academy does come in. As I say, my dear friend Amy did recommend the series to me, and I began it in 2023. I picked up book 0.5 and then book 3 in the Zodiac Academy series to start 2024, and got through the series by the end of 2024. And I don't remember the last time I eagerly anticipated the next book in a series over and over and over and over and over and over again. It was just so incredibly entertaining for me. Thank you, Amy. I have definitely come to trust your recommendations for me, and if you have any other recommendations, just let me know, because so far I don't think you've recommended anything I did not like, so I guess our reading tastes are very much aligned and I really appreciate the recommendation. And finally, prompt number 10 is, are there any carryover books from last year that you still plan on finishing? No, there are no carryover books that I have. Every book that I started I did finish. There are series I want to continue on with, but as far as books are concerned, any book that I started I did finish by the end of the year. And that is it. That is the end of the January book tag. So 2 very quick thank yous again to Jen Agarton, again I hope I'm saying that correctly, for coming up with this wonderful January book tag, and as well to Donna Marie Reeds for recommending this book tag to me. Thank you, Donna. I had a lot of fun doing this and really appreciate the recommendation, as I do any recommendations you'll have. Speaking of which, if you want to recommend a book tag to me, please do by letting me know in the comments below, or click the link to the Discord and recommend them to me over there. But either way, thank you so much, Donna Marie. This was a wonderful book tag to do, and what a great time to do it in. Alright, that is where I am going to leave it. Letting you all go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Please do be kind, love one another, and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world, sending you lots of sparkles. And until next time, happy reading. Bye, everyone!